Hey Cassie, how you doing? I've got your logo up here, and I've also got your work over here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Now, the first thing I want to mention is that this is so bizarre and so awesome because, honestly, and I think self-admittedly, I think that you struggled a little bit at first. In the first couple of iterations and the first couple of weeks of the project, I think you really struggled. And it's just such a pleasure to watch. This is one of the better marks in the class, in the group. And I think everyone in the group will certainly admit to that and certainly agree with that. This is just fantastic. I think you've done just such a fabulous job. And it's such a perfect testimonial that, sitting back, listening, observing, learning, reading, practicing is a perfect testimonial to design because so many students are just trying so many different things and not really listening to critiques, not only mine, but other, their peers' critiques as well. And just going in some pretty bizarre directions, until we can reel them in week 6 or so. So for you to arrive at this, I think it's just remarkable. All right. So that is the mark. The mark's gorgeous. The mark's done. You're ready to roll. Presentation, I think, is a little bit lacking. Let me just explain a few things, okay? This shot right here, I think there's a lot of other ways that you can assemble your merchandising. I think right now, one of the most important things for you to do is to concentrate on branding, okay? That is your logo. Keep it intact, okay? Why do I say that? Because you've separated it here. This is, I'm not real sure what, that's a different iteration. We'll talk about that in a second. Here again, it's separated. Here it's, well, that's the back of the t-shirt. That's okay. But here, there's the logo separated. Here, you've added this text. There's the logo. That's how it should be seen. I mean, that's how you should present your logo. It's really, really important to solidify your branding by keeping your logo consistent throughout your presentation. The next thing I want to mention is that, things like this are good, okay? This is good, but if you're going to mock up a sweatshirt, try to go into Photoshop and learn a technique called displacement map. And it's a great way to apply graphics to photographs, vector graphics to photographs, and actually make them look real. This just looks like you pasted it over an image. Okay, and same thing here, here, and that's something different. I think that looks pretty cool. I don't think you have to put that white thing in there to hold your type. I think your type will be perfectly visible in black without that white kind of blobular thing, okay? The text is encroaching on the logo. Typically in branding, you're going to have several rules that say, okay, nothing within this far from the logo. Nothing meaning no type encroaches on the mark, no other colors or nothing else encroaches on the mark. It's why you never see McDonald's over a blue background, so to speak. It's a set, solid branding and should remain as such. So that, I think, is too close to the mark itself. These are going in a good direction. And listen, I'm going to be really honest with you. It seems like you're kind of searching and throwing stuff against the wall to see if it sticks. And a lot of it is, but some of it isn't. For instance, this shot is just not working. Let me show you some examples. Now, I'm over here, and this is such a fantastic example. It's kind of buried, though, so let me show you where it's at. It's in week 7, project phase 4, final presentation. Okay, let me show you exactly what that means. Week 7. If we go to week 7 and you go to this right here, a final presentation, and if we go to preview, we open that up, you can see these two examples, and as I said, they're kind of buried in here, but this one right here they're both fabulous, but I want you to take a look at this one. I've got it up here, and I just want you to get some ideas. Okay, there's the logo. Here's all your preliminary work, all that stuff and research that you've done for your setup. Okay, now we're getting into some color studies based on different images, more color studies. Okay, now here's where we get into the meat of the matter. Okay, there's the logo. other variations or symbols used in the logo development. These are not final pieces. That's the final piece. Here's these shots over here, and I really want you to start paying attention from here about how this designer elected to use logo, pictograms, banners, signage, etc. Okay, this isn't a pictogram. Well, actually, that's gorgeous. It's not a pictogram proper, but it's a more of a banner based on a pictogram. That's gorgeous work right there. Here's a poster that's kind of a timeline of Olympic hockey. I think that's a really interesting piece. Now, here are the actual pictograms. Depending on the website, which I'm not crazy about the website. I think it's phenomenal that this designer went and put this in here and got this together. I would have some suggestions for the website itself, but nonetheless, it's beautiful. And then the wayfinding banners, just really gorgeous application. There's a side of a using Photoshop to apply this graphic to the side of a pre-existing building. Likewise here and here. You got the little silhouettes of the people to show for scale. Okay, and then just other, applications. So I really want you to think about the professionality of how you're applying your work to different images, etc. Okay. Other than that, you're just doing really fabulous. I'm really proud of you, Cassie. I think this is very, very good work. Thank you so much.